I play for Staffordshire women's rugby team. I play 8. Leah Williamson and Sarah Hunter. They are 2 very positive, influential captains of female teams, and they have a very big impact on girls and women in sport. Yes, I think after Sarah Hunter and the Women's England rugby team got to the finals, there was so many posts and a huge campaign about getting women as a part of rugby. Since then, we've been able to use that to recruit more women, explain to them that rugby isn't a man's sport, it isn't a scary sport, and that's come from influence from ourselves and our own passions, but also seeing the women get so far is a great reason to show women what we can do, and we can get that far as well.
I play for the Staffordshire women's rugby team. I'm the captain. Sue Barker. She was an international tennis player, and then she went on to journal and present women's sport and men's sport, and she also presented A Question of Sport. I think she came from obviously an older generation, and she worked against a much bigger stigma that was around women's sport. So I think just working hard to represent women, especially in male-dominated sports, is really important. So playing something like rugby, a contact sport that's usually seen as quite aggressive, as women you just have to work harder to move past that stigma that's around it and do the best that you can in your own sport to be the best athlete that you can be and perform your best in every game.
Women's rugby, second row. Serena Williams, by far. In my opinion, she's probably the greatest athlete there is and still is. She has inspired many young women, as well as myself, to play sport and take sport as far as I have to uni and obviously after uni as well. Yeah, I think just her whole mojo and obviously the things that she's done, the charities that she's worked with and the organisations that she's worked with, inspiring young women globally, not just in America. I think that's amazing, and it's really touched myself as a young athlete I can never outlive her standards and what she's done, but kind of live up to the expectation that just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you can't outdo a man in a man's sport. There is no male and female sport. It's a sport for everyone.
I play basketball. I play point guard. The women that inspire me to play sports are my teammates. It's been a while since I've played basketball, and I took it up again this year. Just watching them play inspired me to get better. I watched their technique, I watched their mentality, how they react to adversity. Having people close to you that you play with that have such a high, good mental and performance just inspires you to get better. They're also very welcoming, and they help you to get better in the most, friendly way. So that's why they inspire me a lot.
I am part of the Staffordshire Scarlets cheerleading squad. So I am one of the presidents of the society, and this is my second year as president. So we have a pair of twins called Ali and Andrea, who are the co-founders of Legacy Nationals, which we actually attended to one of their competitions last year, literally this time last year, and they set up the first ever UK cheerleading ambassadors programme for cheerleading, and they're in the Hall of Fame for cheer as well. And a really cool aspect of all sports, I believe, is leadership. So it's actually really inspiring, especially for cheer, because it is for us as coaches as well as committee roles. We take up the responsibility of leadership, wanting to make sure everybody does well on the team, and actually taking inspiration from us in a sense. So we're constantly passing on the knowledge, the experience of cheerleading.